Good, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're reacting to Meet the Worst People Embarrassingly Exposed. Now, when I hear this title, and I don't recall if I did react to something similar to this, but when I think of this, it's either someone that people really hate and they're just exposed in an embarrassing situation, or someone who did something and we know their identity now due to an embarrassing circumstance or something like that. At least that's what comes to me on the top of my head. I might be wrong though. I guess we're gonna find out. This is gonna be a 34-minute reaction, 34-minute video. Wow. All right, let's see how this goes. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you do, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button to support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. Hit the notification button, be notified immediately when the video comes out. And if there's any videos you'd like to recommend that I should react to, put it down in the comment section below. I'll react to it as soon as possible. The link to this video is going to be down in the description below. So be sure to check out the original video, and be sure to be amazed and love and support for the video that they made that I'm reacting to. And with this said, let's go and see what this video is all about.
Some people just get off on being a jerk. Ready to put them on blast? From YouTubers scamming their audiences to guys literally caught with their pants down, get ready for even more of the worst people embarrassingly exposed.
What the frick?
GTA London.
Wait, there's 10?
I can't stand thieves. Whether you're stealing my content or robbing a bank, you and I are not friends. In 2016,
Fair.
a Londoner awoke one morning to find that his car had been stolen. Now, don't panic. The owner was able to track down the car using GPS tracking data. Whew! All's well that ends well, right? But what kind of criminal mastermind had committed such a heinous crime? Well, the thief hadn't realized the car he jacked had a dash cam inside, and it had recorded his entire getaway.
There, I got it, bruv. Yeah, I'm driving it now. I jumped in it and took it, bruv. I'm gonna park it in my flats, or down by Luke's.
Okay, so he doesn't exactly sound like an evil genius after all. I bet he has the same IQ as a glass of milk, but hey, at least he enjoyed himself.
It's too close, but listen, ID, I have never been in a car like this. This car will leave anything for dust. It is off. It can move. It's an i3 BMW.
Oh, he's so excited. But hilariously,
What the
while talking to his potential
fudge?
buyer, our dribbling idiot proceeds to describe exactly where he lives on camera.
Yeah, I live down, you know where North Mid Hospital is? North Middlesex Hospital. There's a big estate in there, isn't there? I live in there. And you can come up to my house as well. Yeah? And I'll show you how I live, mate. I've got curved telly, I said I've got the curved telly, I've got bass boxes in my house. My house is Chris. Proper. I've done it all out, bruv.
That's incredible. All the cops need to do is head to that area and knock on doors until they find the curved telly, bruv. Or at least, you'd think so. London police declared that, despite having video evidence of the crime taking place, as well as the perpetrator on camera revealing where he lives, they had no intention of doing anything about it, because the owner recovered it themselves, which is how we have the footage. Seriously? That makes me mad. These sorts of people should be locked up.
Are you serious? We had someone literally steal from someone else. And the whole thing on what they plan to do after all this stuff was just to let the guy go simply because the owner got the car. Are you crazy? Are you mad? I, I just, I can't believe this. I just can't believe it. That, that is some. Okay. That is some next level BS. I'm not gonna lie. Because that is way beyond messed up. It's effed up, in all honesty. And you decided, hey, we're just gonna let the guy go simply because the guy. What happens if they try to steal another car? Like, in all honesty, really? Forget
The
it.
least we can hope for is the criminal's family bully him over the embarrassing incident. But don't worry, these next goons weren't so lucky.
Please tell me that's the case.
Serial scum. You'd think that after being caught committing a crime or two, somebody would cut their losses and go straight. Like, you've been caught multiple times. A master criminal, you ain't. But what if I were to tell you that the subjects of this tale of turds had a whopping 45 convictions between them? Meet Bernard and Ann McDonough, the disgusting duo with a rap sheet boasting shoplifting, criminal damage, and public disorder, to name a few. Over in Wales in 2024, these goblins were arrested after a string of dine and dash offenses. They ordered way more than they could eat, including the most expensive items on the menus, before presenting the staff with a fake card. When it declined, they claimed they'd fetch some cash, but never came back. Charming. Their little scam came to an end when one restaurant, Bella Chow in Swansea, posted this photo of the pair with their family to social media. They'd racked up a £329 bill, distracted staff with their kid, and then ran off. It seems that the duo had gained quite the infamous reputation for their antics around town, and the police finally swooped in to grab them after Bella Chow's post went viral.
The moment, right, you're under arrest.
Alright.
Suspicion of fraud by making off a payment, okay? You're also under arrest for theft as well, right? So you don't say anything, doing harm offence, you don't mention
Alright.
questions, and you later line in court. And then you do say maybe. Time is 9:21, right? You're also under arrest, suspicion of fraud, and also theft offence as well, right? So you don't say anything, doing harm offence, you don't mention questions, you later in court. And you do say maybe given evidence.
Man, anybody that casual in this sort of situation is definitely guilty. They for sure knew this was coming.
Okay, you're also under arrest for theft.
Also, looks like all that free food has gone straight to old Bernard's head, huh? The McDonoughs are members of the traveller community. In the UK and Ireland, this refers to groups that live outside of normal society, traveling from place to place, often in mobile homes. Well, safe to say they wouldn't be able to do much traveling after the judge handed Bernard 8 months in jail and Anne 12, who he believed to be the ringleader. I'd like to say that this should deter them from any further shenanigans, but I doubt it. I'm sure in a year or so, these smooth-brained morons will be in the market for Conviction 46. But we aren't done with the dine and dashers yet. No, sir. Back in 2018, over in Memphis, Tennessee, a Mexican restaurant named Frida welcomed a party of 16 into the place near closing time. They ordered the most expensive items on the menu. I'm sure you can see where this is going. But amazingly, one of the members in the group opted to start smoking some sort of devil's lettuce right there in the restaurant. When the staff asked him to stop, he exploded. The whole group began hurling abuse at the employees and eventually left without paying. The entitlement is insane. Ironically, the bill the weed bandits left behind was exactly $420. Yeah, I'm serious. But after the story went viral, a family member came by to pay the bill in full. And after the group of losers apologized, Frida opted not to press any charges. Yeesh. They're better people than I am. I'd have been far less forgiving. Especially considering that, given the size of the dopes, they were clearly repeat offenders. The Rat Man cometh. There are
Ratman.
many words that can be used to describe YouTuber Jack Doherty. Repulsive, sociopathic, idiotic, I could go on. Yes, Doherty is no stranger to controversy and has been called out multiple times. He's been lambasted for doxing, antagonizing strangers before hiding behind his security like a little crying baby, and even allegedly grooming girls to join an Andrew Tate-style OnlyFans scheme. Ugh, what a resume. But nothing is
Ugh.
quite so iconic, moronic, than the time he crashed his hideous car in 2024.
Help! 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 Break the window! Oh! Oh! Help! Oh, can you hold this? Oh! Oh! No, my car, bro.
Vamos, baby. Vamos, sal.
Oh.
Que estás bien.
Dude! My car! Holy no! Are you kidding me, bro? No! Michael, are you good? Oh, oh.
This clout-obsessed, rotten homunculus immediately started recording to show off the crash to the internet. Never mind that his friend is fighting for his life in the passenger seat. As soon as he gets out, he's talking about his car, not his friend.
My car! Holy no! Are you kidding me, bro?
That should tell you everything about what he values. Never mind that the whole thing only occurred because this broccoli-headed invalid was using his phone while driving. But later that same year, Jack would resort to begging for donations to replace his stupid car. When that didn't give him the results he wanted, he decided on the next best thing, a crypto scam. The rat promoted a meme coin, encouraging viewers
Oh
to
my
invest
God.
before immediately selling off and making a colossal profit at the expense of those he duped. The value of the coin plummeted as a result, leaving hopeful investors with worthless assets. The internet immediately went nuclear, with huge creators like Critical making their own call-out videos discussing the situation. But unfortunately, it seems no matter how much Doherty is exposed, there are still people out there who support him. Really? This guy? No. Do better, people. You deserve it. The bare necessities.
And that's the ugly part of media. Ugh. I don't really like the whole crypto thing. I don't understand it, and it makes no sense to me. And all that. It's. Ugh. And what the heck was this whole thing about grooming females? Dear Lord. I heard nothing about this guy before, in all honesty. Like, if you asked me who this guy was, I wouldn't know who he is. And if you're a fan of him, okay, sorry that I don't know anything about him, but it's the truth. I don't know a single thing about this guy. Like, you could ask me anything about what he does related to anything, but out of the fact that he has a security guard, he trashed his car. I don't know anything about this guy. So, yeah.
In 2024, 4 Los Angeles residents contacted insurance companies about damage to their vehicles. They claimed to have woken up to discover their interiors shredded, and after checking security cameras, discovered the culprit was none other than a bear. Ruben
What?
Tamrazian, Ararat Cherkinian, Vahe Murad Kanyan, and Alfia Zuckerman submitted security footage that seemed to clearly show the lumbering mammal opening one of the car doors, clambering inside, and scratching it up before wandering off. Holy cow. The photos they attached showed the extent of the damage, and hold up, a bear did this? A few piddly scratches, and they look oddly symmetric. Come to think of it, that footage looks a little weird. How did the bear open the car doors anyway? Well, after the group were awarded a grand total of $141,839 in compensation, these very suspicions were raised. Maybe
Yeah.
they should have been before the payout, but whatever. What followed was a detailed investigation into the matter that ultimately led officials to determine that this wasn't a bear. Any guesses what it might have been? That's right, it was a fella wearing a bear costume. In other words, fraud. In the most ridiculous way possible. Police
Oh my
searched the
God.
homes of the suspects and quickly discovered the now legendary bear suit itself. See, after putting on the costume, they'd used meat claws to scratch up the car, explaining those oddly straight marks, and even removed one of the blades to try and better simulate a bear's paw. Yeah, that really worked, didn't it? How stupid can you be? The four of them were promptly arrested, their precious furry costumes seized, and the money they'd stolen was taken back from them. They might have lost the money, but they gained internet notoriety as the immeasurably idiotic bear suit bunglers. Wow.
Honestly, that is like the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Why would you do that to your... Okay. It's gonna be a thing. Is it? Alright, whatever. I mean, what is up with people trying to do that? Like, that makes no sense. Why would you? Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Water's fine. What is it about so-called content creators that turns them into absolute degenerates? I mean, it's obviously the allure of those fat stacks of cash, but I'd like to imagine they all have brain slugs. Enter Natalie Reynolds. Now, Reynolds is an immature kick streamer known for, entering public spaces wearing painted-on pants. High-quality content, right? Yes,
Wait,
this is
what?
very much something that makes her worthy of being put on a register. But that's just the start. Her entire career, no, her entire life is based around degrading herself and everyone around her in a desperate attempt for some relevancy. This pathetic persona would ultimately lead her to the events of May 2024. While streaming herself taking part in a scavenger hunt, Reynolds came across a homeless woman by a dock. But where you and I see a vulnerable person clearly in need of mental health support, Reynolds saw only another opportunity for validation and proceeds to offer her money to jump into the lake.
You still want a skinny dip?
No.
If you go first, we'll do rock, paper, scissors. If you go first, just can you look for the scanner?
That is.
There's a scanner that you need to look for in the
fucked
water.
Really?
Yeah.
What if I drown?
What the
Then-
I haven't
hell?
been in the water. What is
You said you want to jump in.
I do kind of want to jump in. Huh? Oh,
And
I
I'm
should
scuba.
jump in with my sandals
I'm
on.
scuba certified. You should
What
jump
is
in.
wrong with this
Alright.
person?
And I think if you jump in, you'll be able to find a scanner.
Scanner?
Yeah,
Call
there's a
them
scanner that's in the
person.
water over here. That's why I'm here.
Okay, and I can't
There's
jump in
no
and not
sympathy.
get in trouble. Right?
What the
No.
No.
fuck?
All right. You know why I wasn't going to? Because my feet were getting
You should
hot.
just jump in right
But
now.
I'm gonna jump in with my shoes on.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Ready? Oh. Wait. What? Did you see? What?
I feel like I want to just let that hang for a while. After this, Reynolds flees the scene, and shockingly, things only get worse.
I can't swim. I can only float.
Oh, she might literally die.
No, stop. Seriously, don't stop. Please, you're actually freaking me out. No, please. Please don't.
Oh, sure, just giggle like a child getting scolded by a teacher. It's not like someone else's life is on the line, thanks to you. My God, pathetic. Thankfully, the homeless woman was helped by some bystanders and got out of the ordeal okay. Naturally,
thank
Reynolds
God.
faced a shed load of backlash for this disgusting stunt.
She's stupid as hell. To see her being exploited by this kick degenerate here.
I don't even want to give her the recognition by saying her name. An evil, scummy person.
But she still
can't agree.
refused to accept responsibility.
And I don't know
what you guys want me to do. Nothing bad happened to the lady. And if this comment keeps happening, I'm gonna quit social media and go back to school. I'm tired of it.
I doubt she ever will. Good job, Nat. Hope your mom's proud. The Bali Bandits.
The,
I'm sure everybody's taken some.
the fact that she doesn't even recognize what the hell she did wrong is honestly infuriating to me. The end result doesn't fucking matter. In the moral ground, you literally scammed a person through who, look, I don't want to be rude to the lady and that jumped into the lake, but she didn't look mentally healthy. Okay? The way she acted and behaved, I'm concerned for that woman. And I think if she does have some problems, physical, mental, and all that, I feel like she needs help and people should give her the help she needs. Because that is not natural, right? But back to the main point. The fact that she doesn't even recognize what she did wrong shows how much she does not care about human life. Her literal thing is her living and everything about her is about social media. She cares only about her clout. Is that the correct word to use? I don't know. I don't use these phrases and all that, but what the hell is wrong with this ugh, I don't even want to say person because ugh, a human being cares more about human life. Even the even the most uncaring person can have some concerns about a random individual that they don't know. The fact that she just laughed about it and it literally did nothing to help that woman, even though she learned she can't swim and all that. Oh my fucking god. Ugh. It is infuriating. Oh my god. Proving the reason why why everyone should hate her. Literally. She does not care about human life.
Something from a hotel room they stayed in. Most people settle
Okay.
for the cute little bottle of shampoo, but for one Indian family vacationing in Bali, Indonesia in 2019, that simply wasn't
Okay.
enough. See, these guys absolutely ransacked the room they stayed in, taking everything from toiletries to ornaments and even the hairdryer. They must have felt pretty smug as they waltzed out of the lobby,
What
their bags
the
loaded
fuck?
with ill-gotten goods. But little did they know, the staff were already suspicious. As they exited the hotel, they were promptly surrounded by security and, well, the jig was up.
Lah barangnya. Barang memang Yuna ini di kamar. Orang-orang memang pusat apa. Video.
You
Stop it. Open it. Open. My friend. I will pay. Yeah. Sorry, I will pay. No. It's not about pay. I am very late. It's not about money. I know you have a lot of money. I will pay. I know you have a lot of money. Extra money. I will pay. This is no respect. Sorry. No respect. Sorry. Really sorry. I will pay. Before you shouting. Sorry, I will pay. We have no shouting.
Sorry, very sorry. I will pay. Did this guy really think he'd be able to get away with it that easily? Unfortunately for him, he most certainly couldn't. The clip went semi-viral. causing many Indians, including public figures like the actress Minnie Mathur, to condemn the family's behavior. Can you blame them? The cringe levels are off the charts.
Children, I will pay.
Explain now. Huh? Explain. Sorry.
Yeesh, I don't think a hug will help, bro. I just feel bad for the kids. Mom and Dad put their scumbag pants on, and they're gonna be the ones to suffer the most. It seems these folks returned the items they stole, paying for anything they couldn't locate. That's it? So many soft touches. Send them to work in the mines. Some people have zero respect. That's the...
I say just ban them. Like, actually, literally ban them. And take their photos, take pictures of their IDs, their last name, all that. First and last name, that is. And just ban them.
I mean, look at this little loser. This dash cam footage from London 2017 shows a cyclist following a car. He spotted an expensive bicycle attached to the back of the car, and he wants it. He orders his handful of brain cells to work overtime to come up with a plan. Ultimately, those brain cells just give up, and so he decides to, well... Amazing. I love how he scrambles. The fear in his eyes is amazing. But the best part? If you look closely here, you can see that a pedestrian chases the scum-sucking freak away after he runs back to his bike. Absolutely delicious. When you gotta go... Colchester, United Kingdom. In the May of 2021, some bleary-eyed office workers woke up and headed to work. They naively imagined that their day would be uneventful. They were wrong. Something unspeakable had happened. One by one, they approached the office building door, and one by one they were horrified at what they saw before them. There, on the doorstep, was some doo-doo. Human doo-doo. Somebody had dropped a dookie right outside of their workplace. That's right. Happy Monday, guys. Disgusted and appalled, the security team immediately got to work, combing through the site's CCTV to see if they could find the culprit. And it didn't take them long. Viewer discretion advised, because this footage is going to show someone, you know, releasing the Kraken.
I'm going to have to agree with him. Skip this part. Skip, like, let's see, just skip the, let's see, I'm gonna play it in a second. Just, the second after I play it, just skip 34 seconds ahead. Like, legitimately, skip 34 seconds ahead. That's all I'm gonna have to say to everyone right now. If you want to continue watching this video, I did not know this was gonna happen. So, go ahead, skip ahead, or leave the video if this is gonna be too much for you. Honestly, either one is better than watching it. And I'm gonna have to watch it. Why? Why would someone even do that to begin with? That's... I know a lot of people would strangle this guy. I mean, for doing that. Especially if they just watch them do it.
Gah. That didn't look like a normal poo. One employee, Ellie King, uploaded the footage to social media in an attempt to track down the poopy perpetrator. Whether they were successful or not, it's unclear. Maybe we could help. If you live in Colchester and recognize this butt or this poop, let me know down in the comments. Insurance idiots. Have you ever heard of insurance scamming? It comes in many forms, but one of the most common is when people intentionally cause damage to property they've insured to fraudulently collect payouts from insurance companies. But you can't just smash up your own stuff. Oh no. It's much easier to have somebody else damage it for you. Amazingly, a TikToker named Ashbia Natasha captured an attempt at one on camera.
It's crazy. Like, he had one hand on the... What the... Oh my god!
What happened, babe?
Ah! Ah! Oh my god, what is he doing? Babe!
Babe, what happened?
I don't know.
Babe.
I got into an accident. Oh my god.
You saw that, right? These degenerates tried to swerve over and cause a crash, but Ashbia's quick reaction times foiled their plan. So, given that they're as thick as two short planks, they elect to just reverse themselves into her.
Reverse into you?
Dumbasses.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh,
speaking. Oh my god. Babe.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I've seen enough of this on TikTok, and yeah, I'm on TikTok now. I just only upload the shorts that I do. That's it. Don't really do big videos or anything. Just upload the shorts. Seem a bit more simpler to do that than anything else. It's whatever, in all honesty.
Stay there. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We're on the Brown Parkway.
Oh my
Babe,
god.
it's okay.
Alright, hold on, okay?
Absolutely unbelievable. These clowns purposefully rammed her car, then put on the performance of a lifetime by waddling out all shocked and hurt. It's the way they start taking photos, too. Clearly, they'd set the whole thing up to send the pics to their insurance company and get a fat payout, not caring about the potential injury or trauma they caused their victims. Madness. Unfortunately for them, these hideous filth slugs had no idea that Ashbia had a dash cam recording the entire sordid affair. They weren't going to be able to perform their way out of this one. The clip went viral, leading officials to identify one of the passengers, 28-year-old Michael Martinez. The colossal loser has since been arrested for his role in the attempted scam, and he's facing up to 2.5 years in jail for it. Ha! Justice. The others, including most crucially the driver, seem to be ghosts for the moment. But if you recognize any of them, please contact your local authorities. Oh, and let us know down in the comments below, too. All for views. The lengths that some YouTubers will go for their precious views is insane.
Ew.
It's like they have no comprehension of how to behave like a normal human being. Enter Belgian YouTuber Yin-Yang, the epitome of worthless human being. He is a prank YouTuber. Oh goody, one of those chumps. As you can imagine, his videos are crass, cruel, and utterly devoid of any merit. On multiple occasions, Nike has emptied buckets on strangers' heads. No, I'm not going to show you the actual footage. It's more than enough to get me demonetized, and it's frankly horrible. But the buckets contained a mixture of liquids, including oil and fecal matter, poop. Now, as far as we know, the bucket didn't contain any people poo, only dog mess, but still, not only is this incredibly cruel, it's also a massive biohazard. Think how many diseases could be spread. Belgian authorities agreed. In January 2024, the brat was snagged and indicted for assault and battery and damaging property. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Unfortunately, though, he was then released under strict conditions, which he almost immediately broke, continuing to inflict his horrendous pranks on innocent people commuting on Brussels public transport. Following this, police searched his house and found 2 tear gas sprays before arresting him again in August 2024. What was he planning? It seems that as of the time I'm making this video, he's still awaiting trial. We can only hope this repulsive rat winds up in jail, where the other inmates will hopefully pour some doo-doo on his head.
Wait, what? Like, that actually clicked in my head. Oh my god. So, from what we saw to everything about it, I have to say, that this is by far the most. If this is the case, and I do mean the case, that this actually happened. Oh, I feel sorry for those people that have to deal with this kind of stuff. Like, that is.
To see how he likes it.
If this pranks
A psychic scam.
or like what
I'm
is
frequently
said,
left
then
reeling at some of the stories I hear coming from
I feel
Brazil,
bad for
and this
people.
one is no exception. See, back in 2015, a renowned gallerist named Jean Bocchicci passed away at age 87. Many of the rare and valuable paintings he collected were left to his wife, Genevieve Bocchicci. She didn't really care how much the paintings were worth, she only cared about the link to her departed husband. You know, family. So when she was approached outside a bank in 2020 by a supposed psychic claiming that her daughter Sabine was in danger, she, perhaps naively, listened. Apparently Sabine's life would come to an abrupt end if she didn't receive immediate, spiritual therapy. It's unclear what this supposed therapy actually entailed, but we do know that Genevieve believed the woman and immediately began sending her copious amounts of cash to pay for it. Genevieve was then directed to several other psychics who all seemed to have more information on her daughter's mysterious condition, prompting Genevieve to begin sending them money too. Eventually they visited her home and found the cause of the psychic danger. Wait for it, the paintings.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh, that is messed up. I mean, seriously. Why do people do this? It's so cruel, and it honestly pisses me off. And it gives me more of an incentive not to trust people. Ugh. And I do mean in a way that it makes it hard to trust people more. In all honesty.
That were left to Genevieve were, and I quote,
cursed with something negative, with negative energy that needed to be prayed over.
And so the gang of so-called psychics took the paintings and left. Now, as I'm sure you've already sussed, this was all one big scam. These people weren't psychic, and there were no dangers to Sabine's life. They just wanted money. But how did they know about her daughter in the first place? One of the reasons Genevieve believed them was because they even knew her name. Well, get ready for another wild twist. Sabine was in on it. More than that, she was the ringleader. What? Sabine stayed home with her mother, overpowered her, and forced her to stay indoors, forbidding her from using the phone, all while threatening her to extort even more money. But these disgusting criminals weren't going to get off scot-free. See, Genevieve was eventually able to sneakily call the authorities, who set out to recover the stolen artwork and apprehend the gang, including her own daughter. Sabine was arrested in August 2022, and the vast majority of goods were recovered safely. Man, what kind of a sick, twisted person could scam, threaten, and steal from their own mother? A terrible one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. That's effed up. You gotta be completely heartless just to even do that to your own family. Honestly, deserve being in jail. Probably for life. Not life, it's 15. 2 lives. That's my opinion on the matter, though.
Well, shortly after being released on conditional bail in 2023, Sabine fell off a balcony. And let's just say, she won't be scamming anyone ever again. I'll leave you to ponder my thoughts on that. Scamali returns.
That's
Yep,
something.
Unfortunately, it's time once again to talk about infamous IRL streamer Johnny Somali. For those that are unaware, Somali spends his days streaming himself, acting like a giant sopping baby in foreign countries. He often gets into legal trouble for public disorder, and seems to get a kick out of offending everybody he can. Last time we checked in, he was all but kicked out of Japan and Israel, causing him to move on to South Korea. While visiting, he's been a model tourist, respecting the customs and traditions of the country. Yeah, right. He immediately began doing what he does best, disrespecting the people and culture of South Korea and generally being an insufferable cretin. Eyes fell on the scum-sucking slug when he opted to desecrate a monument to Korean women who were victims of sexual assaults during World War II by treating it like this.
Excuse me? What? He's a dead man. He's a dead man. He's a fucking dead man.
If this freak didn't have a target on his back before this, he certainly did after. He spent the rest of his time in Korea harassing women, causing public disturbances, and just generally being a waste of sperm.
I'm surprised this guy didn't get beat up.
Shockingly, not. This awful behavior led to him being targeted by South Korean citizens. He's gotten into numerous physical altercations and been left bruised and disheveled. Now, I'd never be one to encourage violence, but in the same breath, I won't be losing any sleep over his well-being. Despite all those beatings, Somali continued to stream his repugnant zero IQ content until his actions finally caught up to him. See, you know that commotion he caused in the grocery store? That was the last straw. The South Korean government indicted Somali, banning him from leaving the country while he awaits trial. In the meantime, he's also facing extra charges for substance abuse and blaring North Korean propaganda in public, something which contravenes the country's National Security Act. Guys, do you know what this means? This crusty-looking creep could finally be taken both off the internet and the streets for good. We can hope, can't we? Boogie's Ballad. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more
Gonna be honest, that guy deserves that kind of stuff. Because that is some repulsive behavior. Not gonna lose any sleep to what happened to that guy. Like he said. The guy dug his own grave. And whatever happens, it's literally on him. That's all we can agree on.
Notable fall from grace than the one suffered by YouTuber Boogie2988, real
Who?
name Stephen Williams. Originally known for his exaggerated Francis character, a stereotypical angry gamer, Boogie soon became beloved in his own right as the Mr. Rogers of the Tube back in the mid-2000s. He was always there with measured, respectful takes on whatever issue was getting the internet ablaze at the time. Boogie was kind, earnest, and positive, a regular good guy. But over the years, cracks in this persona began to appear, be it damning testimonies from exes.
Well, I'm not making any money at home right now because it's a slow season and I can't go anywhere because every time I try to leave your house, you scream and yell at me.
Or the odd bit of audience manipulation. Here he is after wasting his money on a $100,000 Tesla, trying to convince his audience it's a good investment because if more people are inspired by him, more electric cars will be on the road.
Once the internet has forgotten about me and you guys don't need me anymore and I'm not needed around anymore, and if I haven't found a wife and I haven't had kids or something like that and I haven't had the life that I wanted for myself and I'm just miserable and alone, I don't think I'll have any problem pulling the trigger.
He then not so subtly begged for donations to help him out with his poor financial decision. And there's many other examples that are so shocking I can't even show you. Regardless, it seemed Boogie wasn't all that he appeared. While some started to pick up on this, it wouldn't be until 2023 that it became common knowledge. In October of that year, a YouTuber named Mike Klum released a documentary looking in depth into Boogie's life, and it didn't make him look good. Steven was revealed to be a lazy, self-centered ghoul. He'd been begging fans for years to give him money to help keep him afloat, but what was he doing with the cash? Boogie wasted it all on fast food, collectibles, and, ladies of the night. Yes, you heard that right. All while crying about how behind he was on his mortgage payments. The arrogance he displayed was utterly shocking.
I deserve to go to New York and explore Times Square with a beautiful girl, right? Like, I deserve that, and I want that, and I've never had it.
And he seemed to feel entitled to support and monetary compensation despite all his bad habits. But the final nail in the coffin was the reveal of his girlfriend, a seemingly vulnerable girl nearly 30 years his junior. Boogie was done. His reputation hadn't been shattered. It had been nuked from orbit. But old Steven still needed money to pay his mortgage, so he wasn't about to leave the internet just for that. Boogie has tried everything possible to garner attention and money since. From cryptocurrency scams to joining the Keemstar-led LolCow podcast, where he habitually lied and continued to play the victim. How the mighty have fallen. But there's one thing I neglected to mention until now, something that complicated Boogie's situation significantly. In 2022, he uploaded a video claiming he'd been diagnosed with a rare form of blood cancer.
Have a form of cancer?
That crypto scam I mentioned, he claimed that he needed the money to help pay the medical bills to fight his cancer. That would make some kind of sense, right? That is, if he didn't admit to lying about it later. Yep, as if this degenerate couldn't get any worse. Boogster came clean on LolCow Live. He never had cancer. He had a condition that could eventually, maybe, hypothetically lead to cancer. Disgraced and desperate, Boogie accepted punishment from Keemstar of all people. For starters, he was ordered to get the word liar tattooed on his face, which he did, though it's since faded, ironically meaning he even faked that. Next, Keem made Boog pick up trash on the side of the road in what can only be described as a humiliation ritual.
I have never seen this motherfucker so alive in my life. Look at him go.
I've seen him move more now than the entire trip to Buffalo.
Dude, he's moving more now than he did with the fight against you.
Yeah, I would make that joke, but yeah. Like, this should have been his prep for the fight. He might have got me more than one time.
Look at that shot!
What's funny is I actually weigh more than Boogie, and I feel like I could have done this better than him.
Look at this shot!
So there you have it. From the Mr. Rogers of YouTube to one of the most reviled people on the platform, Boogie still lingers on the site like a bad smell, occasionally uploading gaming content to his main channel, but to nowhere near the same viewership he once had. One thing's for sure, he'll never change. Just like war, Boogie never changes. And with that, I've had it up to here with these awful losers. Which one made you the most...
Damn. Well, I didn't expect to hear that today. But, I guess there's nothing else to really say about it, in all honesty. Guy put himself in his own grave. That's all I can really say about the matter. Guy dug his own grave. He was an inspiration for many, but decided to destroy everything he worked for. He had the resources and all that to keep going. He just wasted it on the unnecessary stuff. That is really all there is to say about the matter right there. Honestly, I don't know who was more worse on the list. Because, like, there is a number of people. No, actually him. Like, this guy deserves it. Like, number one. Like, he deserves the most of my hate. He is the one that if something awful happens to them, this is the guy who I would have almost no remorse. Like, even if he got really messed up in jail. No, not even him. Because in all honesty, it's a tie between this guy, her, the daughter, and this No. No. Her. Her. It is a tie between those three because their actions are so inexcusable, so mind numbing, and so infuriating that they just honestly pissed me off. I am literally enraged when I'm thinking about these three. Because, one, the daughter, she's infuriating to the point that in my moral ground, what she did was inexcusable, infuriating. It does everything to piss off everything. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. But still, all three infuriate me to the point that I really can't hold myself back from literally attacking them if they ever appear before me. That is all I'm going to say about the matter, and I think everyone can agree on that. Who's the worst between the three of them? I can't say, because they all infuriate me to a point that I can't decide, and it pisses me off when I keep thinking about it now. So I hope you all enjoy. Tell me who you think was the worst on this list. Like, who was the absolute worst in this list that deserved all of that? All the hate, all the rage, everything. I want to hear your opinion about the matter, because I can't decide between the three. So I want to hear your opinion on the matter. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification button to notify me when the video comes out. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Honestly, they pissed me the hell off. Again, enjoy. Bye.